and already late because of a car wash, but yep, we're going. Hey everybody, 2D here, coming at you in 3D, playing some Madden NFL. So, if you guys didn't know, I am a Vikings fan. I've been since I was in middle school. Delete. So yeah, I'm a Vikings fan. I know you guys are all mad because the Vikings are awesome, and wow. I'm actually, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only Vikings fan in Indiana. If you're from Indiana and you like the Vikings more than any other team, let yourself be known. So I'm gonna play a quick game here of the with Vikings. Let's see. Vikings versus the Bengals. I think we won that game, like drastically won. Like, wasn't it Bengals 7, Vikings a lot more than that? A lot of teams this year have been having a really bad time. Colts, if you've been watching the Colts play, yikes.
Hello everyone, I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings have had a great season.
Yeah, we have.
Find a way to continue that by picking up win number 11 on the year. It's the
Bengals
going up against the Vikings. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time
Wait, is this copyrighted music?
Decked out in purple,
I don't care, honestly. I kind of like it.
Folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles.
Our quarterback has really good short game.
This Vikings ball club. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Hold on, can I do something about the music, honestly? Give me 1 second here. Settings. Volume control. Menu music already have off. On field is on. Let's turn this down to like 15. That way I can talk over it a lot better. Okay, let's go. Ooh, that's not good.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
No, it's alright.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Time to see if this Bengals offense and Andy Dalton can pick themselves up off the mat, Charles, because last week was a real struggle against Chicago, 33-7, their worst home loss since a 34-3 defeat against Baltimore in 2008.
Yeah, and you're talking about picking themselves off the mat. Remember the week before, they had lost a hard-fought
Switch
Monday
to
night
my
game at home
position
to
when I played
Pittsburgh,
football.
and I think that spiraled them a little bit. Tough for them to get back up.
So when I was in middle school, I did play football a lot.
Can they now dust themselves off and play to win a football?
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I played on defensive line. I would have kept playing, but I just couldn't handle it physically. I have some problems, and it made it very difficult to actually play the game.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
In the backfield out of the starting group, you have to look out for Giovanni Bernard.
And you have to make sure you're ready to hit the spin button with this guy. Awfully exciting in the open field.
Cover hard flat.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up.
They had to be going up for another pass. Go right.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton.
Oh, I messed that up.
Losing 6 yards there to bring up fourth.
Thought I had a good clear shot if I just kind of jumped out and decided him.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Sherrills to return it. Look at the dance and the juke.
Oh, I juked him good, too.
17 yards.
I juked him good,
the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Case Keenum and the Minnesota Vikings looking to rebound after a loss last week to Carolina, and that snapped an 8-game win streak. They were rolling. This was a heck of a game between them and the Panthers.
It certainly was, and Carolina controlled a great portion of the game.
Let's work with
playing from behind.
my quarterback short game.
Caught up and tied it in the 4th quarter. Keenum ended up 27-44, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, but a telling 2 interceptions, something he had avoided in the previous 4 or 5 games.
Minnesota, though, can still clinch the NFC North next week at home.
Oh, that was so close to being
a tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Thank goodness. That was bad.
Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
For a lot of people, there are pros and cons to playing close to home in the NFL, but for Adam Thielen, it's nothing but pros. Grew up not too far from the Twin Cities, loves being a Viking, and is a really dependable 3rd down receiver.
Do that.
So 2nd and 10 here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Keenum. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And while we have a moment, let's meet the starters defensively.
We don't care.
Bengals. And they wanted to update and beef up their secondary, and they did that with their first-round selection. William Jackson, the 3rd out of Houston, has speed, good eyes in the secondary, and is aggressive on the corner.
There we go.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now let's go! Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And
we made
able
nothing.
To shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Okay, no, we're not going to do that. We're... The fuck did he just say?
Here and go for it. This is 4th down. They do snap it to Keenum. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 14 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Kyle Rudolph doing his job and making another nice catch. Come on, it's the month of December. You knew he was going to be there, right?
I knew you were going to go there.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it now.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Throwing on first down is Keenum. That's complete right around the 8.
I did not mean to jump.
The numbers for Diggs from a week ago. 6 catches, 64 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he
Oh,
his way
there we go.
End zone for a touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding
Force his way in there.
Will not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Time for our first.
Oh, my own teammate teabagged him.
The Jets out to the
Freaking 19, what are you doing there? Can't remember his name.
Our game goes along here.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna play it safe.
Forbath on for the extra point.
Perfect. And awesome.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run.
Okay, should we be cocky or should we be mean? Let's be mean.
Forbath out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
I can't believe my guy didn't knock him over.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards
yeah, we
on
kind
the
of
carry
all
there.
went on
It'll be
him.
second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again.
Be a
Go
little
play action,
mean.
hit them over the top.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And a right side completion here by
They got a flag.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Oh, it's on offense.
That's a good
Heard
chunk
someone
of
say
yardage.
what
It's gonna
in the
be
stands?
canceled out.
And we always talk
Don't
about
what me.
hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Again, it's Mixon.
Nope.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. So he loses 3 yards there. Now
Just
third
walk
down.
up on him. And I'm in his face, too.
Finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Oh, yeah. I would have taken that sucker, too. Oh, look at the quarterback. He's like, wait a minute. I guess we have no choice, but yeah, we're gonna keep doing this.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton.
Get up, get up.
He's got his man here. It's Green.
Damn it. Oh, I could have gotten that. But I tackled too early.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Oh.
So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel
But this is working.
This
is becoming too much for them.
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade.
But not me, Gatorade. You want to find someone to sponsor this guy. Right here. We're just going to do this play over and over again. It's funny. They can't handle it.
Here's Dalton.
Nope.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
I love Hunter.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man.
I do like
Each
him.
man did his job.
And that
He's like my favorite player on the Vikings. I don't like their quarterback that much.
Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Nope. And we got him.
Anthony Barr in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
Sacks on back-to-back. That's awesome.
Back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he survived.
Oh, boy.
And to think, there's still a long
Just
way
keep
to
doing
go
this because it's funny.
game.
Oh, no, no. 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 Main blitz. Up one. This one.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the
There we go.
Bengals.
Let's do it.
Here's Dalton.
No. Oh, got the fumble.
And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going
Oh, that's good.
shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
We remind you that coming up later tonight, this is going to be a good one. The Cowboys and the Raiders going at it in the East Bay.
Oh, that's old school right there.
Old school indeed. Then Monday night, another good late season matchup. The Falcons and the Buccaneers from Tampa to wrap up Week 15. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Here we go.
Following the fumble recovery, Keenum.
Oh.
Nearly picked it. Maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, 2nd down.
Yeah, we're doing this
Plays
again.
did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Let's get
Caught
moving.
here by Bell. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here's Keenum to throw. And he's able to find Diggs.
Oh, yeah.
Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a
Just
play?
look at that for a
Look
second.
the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
He just kind of backed up there like, oh, he jumped. Yeah, we're going to go for another
Four-back
pat.
to add the extra point.
And Kapuya.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Forbath out to kick this
And
one away.
nail it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And
Oh.
the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here we go with a player's spotlight, and we shine that spotlight on Andy Dalton. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for
Now
lost
let's do
yardage.
gaps all.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the
MLB.
battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. Green flexing his muscle. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
Ah,
Give him
damn.
30 yards there.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
Okay. Sam Blitz. We're just going to hit him hard. All right. That's what we need.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
All right. We're gonna do that again. Just keep the pressure on them.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Second down, Dalton. And his throw's
Oh,
gonna be incomplete.
did we break his arm?
Couldn't
That's,
hang on that
I'm
time,
so
and it's
sorry,
third down.
but that
But one thing that
sucks.
I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
They have nothing on the scoreboard. What are you talking about? All gaps.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Yep.
One of the things I love about
They're
this
not
game
gonna make
is a
it.
match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? It's like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
Freaking Hunter, man. He's a beast.
Here's Kevin Huber now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
We're gonna take
Vikings
it.
offense now heading out to take over. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't have
Like,
a
we're
better
winning right
start
now.
than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their
Can't
hands.
see it.
That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down. Here we go.
On second down, here's Keenum. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
All right. HP. We're gonna do that.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. All right, here we go.
Keenum on first down. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
All right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit. First, let's get you caught up on all the highlights from the first half. The Vikings are looking good right now as they will just try to keep up the good work in the second half. The Bengals are vulnerable right now, coming off a rough game a week ago and still not really finding a way to get back on track. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Vikings on 2nd and 7. Murray's looking for room to run, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. Vikings up by a touchdown. Now following the fumble, Keenum's going to find his mark, and this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. As they move out in front, 14-0. Now 1st and 10. Wilson's going to get the quarterback here. This will go for a loss of 7. So that'll do it from our to Minneapolis as we rejoin Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Okay, let's hit the ball and let's go.
A beautiful fake. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Oh, they're not catching me.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Latavius Murray with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to add.
They might as well just stop.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Okay, should we go with that, or should we force our way through? Yep, let's do that.
Now Forbath for the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And
nope.
He goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on.
What?
Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible. Yeah, they'll get it up across the 20.
I had him in my nuts.
All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little. They bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Oh, yeah.
Barr in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Yeah, no, they're getting destroyed out there.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Stand up
It's second down. Dalton looking.
He's trying to run.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete.
Oh,
That was
wow.
third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these
He looks
last
so
couple of plays.
pissed
Yeah, they get the
off.
sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a
that's
play away
good.
from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And the Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Dalton here from the gun. And the grab by Crom. And
Nope.
he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to
You're
a
not
going to
go on the walk here. You're going to be
Certainly
taken
playing
down.
down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Here's Sherrills. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a
No,
search to add
I
to
won't
the
be
lead.
going down this
Despite
way.
the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Ooh.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Now Keenum. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about
Yeah, there we go.
40.
That's all I wanted.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read.
And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Vontez
Their first
Burfict
sack, all right.
coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. And he almost intercepted it.
That's not good. We got to do stuff.
That probably should have been there first. And it's 3rd down now.
Well, you know, it doesn't matter. Look, it's 0 and 20. I mean, it's not good, but it's definitely not good for them.
PBU, pass breakup. That's important, too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
We will not go into the darkness. But we are on the 45. Nah, we're not doing it.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
All right, here we go.
Now Keenum. Over the middle here to Rudolph.
Damn it.
He's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. Mike Zimmer got it.
We'll just hit him hard then.
And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 2nd down. Well, folks, time to take a pivot. We're going to discuss the AFC playoff picture right now. The Steelers and the Patriots battling for those top 2 spots. And then Jacksonville, Charles, right now sitting in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, that means that they're in the head of their division, the AFC South. They are now leading that. And it took a monster win over Seattle at home this past week to get that done and kind of announced to everyone that they're legit. you know, taking out the Seahawks that way. So when you look at that playoff picture in the AFC side, how about this? Two teams in the AFC South are currently in the picture and currently in the playoffs.
They're just not getting the yards. I'm not letting them.
At the beginning of the season, we said the AFC West would be the strongest division.
He's getting pissed.
One in, and right now that team would be Kansas City.
Yeah, it's 7-6. Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but fresh set of downs here.
They're not getting any more.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2nd down following the incompletion. Throwing again. Dalton. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
Oh, can we go all the way to the end zone?
10. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
I want to be on that 1 yard line.
Had something going there to break that goose
I'm going to try
here
something.
in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
We'll just do any kind of quick pass.
Minnesota. There have been
Guess
no
that
struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to walk it in.
If I'm wearing a hat, I've
I meant to do the tackle. I couldn't switch that up. Okay, hold on.
My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Case Keenum taking it in.
I just blocked it in there.
Capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
I was like, okay, I'm going to walk around here. Hey. No, don't touch me.
Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score.
Okay,
you
let's
should
do this.
never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden were going home with a loss.
And that stretches the lead to 27.
Just walk in there with my quarterback.
They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Forbath out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here.
Oh, what did that guy do?
17-yard line.
You guys see that? He did kind of like a little dance there.
The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed because we've seen this.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Anthony Barr in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
All right, Sam Blitz.
Looking to throw on second down. Dalton. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Anthony Barr getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they
This
want
has
to
just
accomplish
been nothing but a
offensively,
sack
I'm
fest.
not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton gives to Bernard, and he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Taking it about the 36.
Oh,
He will not go down.
have to retape those ankles.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now out comes Minnesota. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively.
All right, here we go.
Here's Keenum now on 2nd down.
Oh, almost an interception.
intercepted it.
Okay,
They
yeah, we
haven't
got
picked the ball
to
off
watch for
yet.
that.
That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism.
Let's go back to
hands,
meshing.
a little bit questionable.
That's what we're good at here.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They're going to run it with Murray. 9 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Vikings a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line.
I want to keep running this.
Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They run with Murray. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And down inside the 15 he goes. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
Let's keep running this.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Murray avoids it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Going to nail it over here, and
Forbath out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And
fold him over.
Probably should have
Just
stayed where
get
he
him
was.
folded.
He'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
Just throw in the towel. Get a little white flag and just start waving it.
Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal.
In trouble here, and down he goes.
Oh.
Back at the 8-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
All right.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely
He almost threw that.
Let's just face it. This offensive line,
I wouldn't let him let go of that ball. It's mine.
It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw on second down, Dalton. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Oh, yeah, he went off that line.
I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing fourth quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Anthony Barr in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to run it in like we're right here. We might as well. Just go for a little walk.
Try to run it in with Murray. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game.
I think they're pissed off already.
Again, it's Murray, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
There's only 25 seconds on the board, guys. It's over. We all need to bow down.
Forbath out to kick this one away.
Someone over there, grab that. We'll be over there in a second.
And his guys are going to start their drive right
20 seconds on the board. We're going to hit them harder.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point I don't know. Are they so defeated?
We're gonna hit him with it. We're gonna hit him hard.
Get the heck out of here.
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought he threw the ball and I was there to catch it.
Look forward and get ready for your next game. And a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is.
I thought I had the ball, man.
This thing out. We've seen this quite a few times.
Oh, I could have caught it.
Unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Dalton on the draw to Mixon, and that didn't fool anybody.
Oh, no, we're ready for runs. We're ready for throws. Just throw in the towel already. We're tired. We want to go home. You guys aren't getting past us.
So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe
talk about Iron Curtain. We're the freaking purple curtain.
That defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Vikings, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals,
oh yeah, Green Bay versus Vikings. That's going to be a big one.
Gone now as they fall to 5-9, and they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.
Hey, we already beat the Lions already once. I mean, it was a close game at the end, but we started out way too strong for them in that game.
Choose to continue your season and play more games with your team.
I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do a custom match. No. Maybe. No. Yes. Vikings versus Colts. The team that I live basically at, Indiana versus my favorite team, basically. Where is Colts open? Oh, I can't. Oh. That sucks. Let's do this like late at night.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today, there's going to be a pair of wide receivers looking to make big plays on the field. It's Hilton's Colts going up against Stephon Diggs' Vikings. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle.
I honestly like Lucas Oil Stadium over all the other stadiums.
And we say hi again, one and all. Brandon Gaudin here as we count you down to kickoff.
Like even more than the Vikings stadium.
Charles Davis. And Charles, I know even a former defensive back like you can admire some of the receivers in the game today. And Larry showed us a couple that are very likely to stand out in this one.
Yeah, and it's hard for me to admit that I actually admire receivers. But with their acrobatics, with their speed, with their moxie, and the way they go up and get the football, they can change the outcome of a game in an instant.
Oh, I didn't realize I had it set up to 10 minutes. We might just stop to halftime.
Here's Keenum finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And this is caught inside
Oh.
the 5. And he will score. Touchdown.
You know he's mad. That other guy's mad.
Thielen, 56 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
It just needs to go in there.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play
69
drive
yards.
time. Forbath out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
I used to like him.
Well, the Indianapolis Colts and Jacoby Brissett taking the field, just happy the conditions aren't as bad as they were last week in their game against Buffalo in that whiteout.
Oh, yeah, that was an
game.
awesome
And the
game.
Offense, it was hard to come by, understandably.
Boy, was it ever. I mean, Buffalo really made it tough on them, along with the weather. Kept them at the end zone until late in the game. Jacoby Brissett throws the touchdown pass. And how about the Colts? The heck with this. Let's go for 2. Let's win it. Let's get out of here. Got the 2-point conversion, negated due to a penalty that Adam Vinatieri sent into overtime with a 43-yard extra point.
How about that? But unfortunately for the Colts, fell short in OT.
Just pulled him over already.
And they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
We're going to just keep doing this play over and over again. It's been working.
They hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract
Get
time.
down. What are you doing now?
He's knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. And give him a gain of 37.
You gotta keep doing this. You gotta keep hitting them hard. Make them run. Hurry it up.
But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team.
Oh, you hear that?
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
If you do read man coverage,
do
Brandon,
this.
the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it, because you're running away from people on it.
Get in quick.
Into the air once more. It's Brissett.
No.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him.
You're not doing that a second time. No.
Hunter. in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football.
Hey, where's Blue at?
That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
To throw, Brissett under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tom Johnson in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this
I'm just going to let it happen.
3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings now heading onto the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Okay, we're going to try to run this one.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. That was 2nd down run for Murray. Stop
I ran into that guy.
Despite some powerful running. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Let's just try to throw this one.
From the gun, here's Keenum. That's caught by Treadwell.
Nope.
Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
Touchdown. Whee! Laquan Treadwell, 57 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
They're mad probably.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from
the Colts have been just getting annihilated this season.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Forbath to add the extra point.
There we go in.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
My dad does works at Farmers, and I guess his boss is trying to get Colts tickets because they're so cheap. And my dad asked me if I wanted to go and watch a Colts game. I told him I really don't want to watch a team lose. I'd rather see my team win. Like, the Colts have been just doing terrible.
Out to kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Okay, main blitz, do this all again because it's funny.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns.
Colts used to have a good offense.
This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Ben Gideon not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Gore. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll take it into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
I'm declining. It's a
So
touchdown.
they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Now Forbath for the extra point. And out now come the Vikings. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have
why
to
would
go
I
look at the
accept
tackle and see what you did
that?
on the last drive. When you scored
Why would
points,
anyone
it's
accept
a
that?
whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The scoop and score always.
Okay,
an
we're gonna go
exciting
for
play in
kickoff
football,
middle.
and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground.
Perfect.
And then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Yeah. And plus,
And the Colts
I'm just
getting
doing
ready to
this
go.
over and over again.
It's
I'm
some
not
dangerous
stopping.
Territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Yo, what's up?
Come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
And
Now on
nope.
2nd down, this is Gore. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the
No.
12-yard line. He'll wind
That ain't
up
happening.
losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Brissett.
Oh.
Goes down, it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
I bet you guys wish you still had Manning, don't ya?
Dropping for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
I'm starting to wonder if this
Now
offensive
he's
line
making
just simply
pepperoni
doesn't
pizzas.
like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those
No.
sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. And he's able to get it out of there. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Really nice starting field position here for the offense.
Are they going for a blitz? Yeah, I think they are. No, they're not.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge differences we know between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 15 yards down to the 15 and a first down.
Freaking Rudolph, man.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down.
I don't care.
As that will take
I don't
us
care.
to the end of the first quarter of play. At the end of one, 21-0 our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They just can't touch me.
NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade.
Again, Gatorade. If you want the, give some money like me. Like, I'll take it.
To start things out.
I drink Gatorade at work, honestly. So yeah. Think about it.
Now it's Keener. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone.
Oh.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
I was actually kind of worried there.
A 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the
We're going
tight
to play it
ends of
safe.
old.
We're going to go for all
They're
the points here.
wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
Yeah, this is our year. We're going to the Super Bowl here.
Forbath out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Did that guy grab his dick? Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta go. I can't. Okay. That's not good. 100% completion.
And our focus now shifts to Frank
sad.
Gore. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Brissett to throw on first. And
Got him.
eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Linval Joseph in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there. Come on, let's go. What?
A second down throw for Brissett. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap.
It's just not happening with these guys.
The Colts on third
sorry.
down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Brissett.
Oh,
This is going to be incomplete.
man. I got over there too late.
Back into the game. These are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 15. Oh, he slipped right by him. And now running right through him. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Okay.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And the ledger for them so far
We're going to pass it
pretty good, doesn't
to
It certainly does.
Diggs.
Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that
No,
they're in at this
Diggs.
stage of the game.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Oh, my God, seriously.
And it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd down.
Balaam.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Oh, he may have gotten lucky.
Okay, I'm running it.
Off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
We're not punting.
Tremendous coverage
Concept.
there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they
Sweep.
say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run with Murray. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out.
Main blitz, we're going to have to hit them hard again. I don't think they learned their lesson. I don't think offense learned their lesson here, guys. We're going to have to teach it to them again.
They stop them short of the marker.
Oh, someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Well, partner, unfortunate news from the league this last week with that injury to Carson Wentz and how the Eagles were rolling. And you know, there just seems to be a rash of injuries to high-profile players this year, doesn't there?
It certainly is. And the tough part is, obviously, we don't get to see them play. You know, for fans, you don't get to see the best ones out there. If you're a fantasy player, it's been like that all season long.
Yeah.
David Johnson from the Cardinals, who had to be one of the top picks in every fantasy draft, he went down early, missed the entire season. Odell Beckham Jr., he goes down somewhere around week 5. And then Aaron Rodgers, we all saw the injury against the Minnesota Vikings. All of these guys are people that they, clamoring to have on their fantasy teams. They didn't have them, and now Carson Wentz gets hurt during fantasy football playoff time.
On 3rd down, Brissett.
Oh, we messed him up.
Incomplete.
What's up, dude? Oh, and you broke your arm? Okay.
Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Oh, he got sacked. Don't worry about that.
One of their few bright spots so far.
In the middle.
And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team.
Let's run this ball in the rest of the way, boys.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs in that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense.
I'm surprised someone's watching this, but at the same time, not really.
Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
You and I both know that you don't really, truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
We're running this the rest of the way. I'm not stopping doing. I'm not going to stop doing that.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth.
We're doing nothing but runs this round. We're going to get a touchdown with this run.
Now a give. This is Murray. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
10th carry of the game now. Murray. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
Hi. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Get me over the line. Yes, I'm over the line.
But not before they're inside the 25.
Oh, God, that got weird. I couldn't move. I got people behind me, in front of me, everywhere.
It's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
All right, here we go.
A handoff. It's Murray. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to
Okay.
the 22-yard line.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this
Outside.
game. The effort of
Jet
the
sweep.
man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage. I really liked what he did there.
Here we go.
McKinnon. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They run once more with McKinnon. And he will score.
Oh, yeah, we made it.
Touchdown, Vikings.
I told you guys I was going to do it with running. I did not throw that ball.
From 19 yards out. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 9-play drive. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. Forbath out to kick this one away.
And send it off.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here.
Nope.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
All right, we're going to have to get in a little bit harder because I feel like it. Let's keep doing these blitzes,
There
man.
is the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And
No, we can't.
You take on all that
We won't let
extra
'em.
pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Brian Robinson able to drop him for a loss of 4.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On the handoff, it's Gore. And a short gain there as they get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. The Colts on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Colts send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Sherrills to return it.
Oh.
A minute 52 left to play in this second quarter. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
Okay, we're going to throw.
Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
No!
Down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Margus Hunt in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
That's
well,
not
so much
good.
for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
No!
Falls incomplete after
Oh, my God, that's
being
not good.
intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands. unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They're going to try and throw, and he's going to let it go deep.
No!
And this is
Oh!
incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just
We
say,
have to hit them harder now.
Fake it here. They feel like they've got something on.
They didn't learn their lesson.
Right, just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Let's go! Brad 38! Stand up in. Brad 38! He's checking.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall.
Yeah.
At the 33. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout.
So where are we at on this stream? Okay, we'll play the whole game, probably. I'll try.
So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Here we go! What? 90! What? 90!
Brissett. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass.
Oh, whoa.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Kentrell Brothers able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Colts send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off, and he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And tough starting field position here.
Here we go now.
On 1st and 10, Keenum. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bell. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports halftime report. The Vikings are showing they're the better team right now and lead big at the end of 2. The Colts have an uphill battle in front of them, but will try to claw back in this one.
They have negative on passing yards.
Roll those first half highlights. 1st and 10. Here the catch is made way downfield, and this 2-play drive goes for a TD. 3rd down, inches to go as they get out to a 7-0 lead. Treadwell's wide open, able to make the grab, and this long run goes for a touchdown as they move out in front, 14-0. Now early in the 2nd quarter, Keenum's on point with the throw, and a quick 3-play drive ends with the score. That takes the lead up to 28. Vikings come out on 3rd and 4. McKinnon's going to look for space, capping up an 8-play drive with a TD. The Vikings continue to dominate.
Okay, Larry, a fairly one-sided first half as we get set to go in the 2nd half.
Early, that's fine.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drive you deserve to come on.
He got collided, man. He got me. He got the 2 other guys hanging off the side. He was going to move.
And call more of that. Brandon,
Look at this. Look at this.
typifies what we've seen from the offense
Oh.
all day long. They've had no success getting things
Do it
going.
again.
I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some special, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
They go with the screen to Gore. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen, boy.
This game is absolutely extraordinary.
Boys, it ain't going to happen.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here's Sherrills. Oh, nice move at midfield. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points.
Oh, my God. Did he drop the ball? Did you drop the ball?
Respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have
I kind of got hit.
their will
Got
against
triple
you,
hit,
you're almost
man.
powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got
It
to
was
keep your
smooth. 1,
spirit
2,
up
3.
at the same time, and they're taking that too.
So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Green 39! Green 39!
From the gun on 3rd down, Keenum. Incomplete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 7.
Let's try to get like 2 more touchdowns in this game.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what
Crap.
one great tight end told me once. He told
Pile
his
up.
quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker
Okay, yeah, that's
spot,
probably. I could have
seeing
probably
this play
ran
develop,
that.
He heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for
Yeah,
a nice
inside
pickup.
zone, corner 4 zone open.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
And now it's 2nd and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Latavius Murray taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pads?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run. Forbath out to kick this one away.
Oh.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wind up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's another stop for the defense.
Some of these guys on their team needs a new neck. Like,
no matter what's called
they're getting whiplash here.
Had an answer for it.
Come on, let's go.
Brissett now on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And that'll make it third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Let's go. Red 38.
Brissett from the gun on third. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. The Colts send out their punter.
It's something they haven't seen before this season. It's just another L.
Fielded at about the 28. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And our attention here turns to Latavius Murray. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah,
I probably should have thrown it to the other one.
Second score here in the third quarter. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's second down. Well, with that incompletion, need to give a hat tip to Larry Fitzgerald. 44 yards receiving last week, and that moved him into third. Latavius Murray, past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings.
Hold on.
Latavius Murray, he scored on the ground and through the air. And this Viking
Gotta stop right there, you know. There was something on the ground I saw.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean,
it was a touchdown.
Under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Nope.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
And here we come again.
Trying to get back into the
here we come again. It's going to be this all day, guys.
They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Come on, let's go.
They'll start on the ground with Gore. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
All right.
Come on, let's go.
second down. Brissett is going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
Oh, do you hear that crash? That was a loud one there.
It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
If you're a selfish player,
Ooh, is he even alive anymore? Like,
completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards.
as hard as we're hitting these
That
guys.
works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he's got room.
No,
He's able to
hit
get to
him.
first before he's taken down at
He's
the
running with the ball.
36. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Yo, what's up?
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Here's Brissett.
No.
Shrugs him off. Catch left side here by Aiken. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw is Brissett. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ben Gideon in there again. My goodness, that is now his
Oh, he's
fourth
pissed
sack
on that
tonight.
sideline. You can't see it, but he started waving his finger all pissed
Let's
off.
just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sam Blitz.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10.
Come on, let's go. What?
On play action, Brissett. And bulldozing his way through. And he's got Moncrief. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory.
Yeah, no, we're not
It's a
letting this
big
go on.
Conversion on 3rd for the Colts. 45 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be.
We gotta get him back.
Of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Yeah,
Offense
no.
walks to the line for play number 7 of the
They're
drive.
not moving from this spot.
Here we go.
They can go back.
Now Brissett. And he's going to go down again.
Yep.
Cantrell Brothers in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Brissett. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league.
They
ball.
don't want it.
Right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red...
Oh, they messed that
we just
up.
saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
And now out comes Minnesota. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through.
Oh, yes. Oh, and one more touchdown just because. Putting us up to 55.
And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that.
Wait, what? No! That was in!
Off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
No!
Up here and dance around it a little bit.
Fine, we'll give him the ball so we can beat him up again. Let's bully the Colts.
Like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again to Zen on second
No.
10. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Ben Gideon in there
Fifth sack.
again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing.
Oh!
Too great, and he
6 sacks.
Ben Gideon in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass
they
rush.
can't.
It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
Kick it.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 22. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
No!
It is incomplete here.
Now they're starting to do my thing. How dare they?
Quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL. What do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 14 yards that time for number 14. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Going with a screen for Murray. Fighting to stay upright. And he will score.
And we're back in the touchdown zone, boys. We're here.
Latavius Murray, a 20-yard touchdown. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
Yeah, that's what's up, boys.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Oh, yeah. 0 to what, 61? Yeah.
Forbath to add the extra point.
Let's make it 62.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Just keep on adding these points for me, please. Yep. Just keep on going.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
Oh, boy. He's like, the Indianapolis Colts coach is like, hey, come here. Let me just say something real quick. What the fuck is going on out here?
Forbath out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play.
Man.
And they're going to have a 3rd down. Here's Brissett. And complete to Moncrief over the middle.
Damn it.
They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Okay, we're going to stop doing this.
Nice
This is
job
getting
there,
kind of
Charles.
boring.
They picked up the blitz,
Let's do
were
something
able to
different.
complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run.
Yeah.
Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Here we go. 38.
To throw, Brissett. It's caught on the right side, Williams.
No,
And he
we
gets
will
it
not
inside
allow
the
this.
10 to the 9. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, no Gore hit. He lost the football. And
no. I'm going to rail them all.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can.
Oh, no, guys. This is not good for them.
Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
so symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Following the fumble recovery, it's Keenum. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there, because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here's McKinnon. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Okay, we're going to go outside zone.
Third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
Switch it up.
And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now a first
Oh, shit.
their fullback. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down right at the line of scrimmage.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
They run again with Murray. He's seen a ton of action tonight. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Latavius Murray. And they are going to score again. Yet another.
I'm just going to put down my controller for a second.
Add to their total. And that run
That was lovely.
Now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big time jump.
This is what it will look like, guys. This is what it would look like if the Vikings went up against the Colts this season. 0 to 69, I think. Yeah, I think it's 68. Well, about to be 69.
Still an important piece of business to take care of.
Let's
the
get the
extra
sexual.
point.
Okay, boop. And it's in.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Because why not?
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run. Forbath out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7.
Nope.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Let's just be frank.
Cover hard
They're
flats.
playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now.
No.
And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the
Cover
winning
3,
moments
Sky.
of this one.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Let's go. Spread 38.
A second down throw for Brissett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this,
Cover
and
2
he's
hard.
used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Come on, let's go. What?
On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
We're just at this
7
point
yards
trying to run the
there,
clock
good
down.
enough to move the sticks.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have
Tampa
been all
2.
game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
First down, Brissett. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Cover
Let's
3
face
match.
it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Brissett sets to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The reception good for 7. It's third
Cover
down.
3 hard flat. And that is game, folks.
So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be
Oh.
elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field. That defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
I want to see these highlights. Because they're all me.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh, man.
With that, we say good night, everybody.
You know that's
from
bad.
Indianapolis.
Okay. We're heading back to the main menu, guys. I'm going to end this stream here because, wow. I do like this game, and I've been playing it for the past couple weeks. This is one of the games I am playing on streaming on Twitch. So if you guys haven't gone ahead and subscribe or follow me on Twitch, go ahead and do that. It's on my home screen. I'm going to be putting a link at the description below so you guys can jump on there and check it out. But yeah, make sure you guys. Also, I want to know who you're rooting for. Which team are you with? Like, are you a Ravens fan? Are you a Titans fan? Or are you another Vikings fan? So make sure, you guys, to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me which team you're rooting for. I would really like to know. And like always, I hope you guys beast mode through your day. Bye.